welcome back to another video, guys. In this video I am going to go through what's the best diagnostic machine you can have, whether you're in the pro games, whether you're just using it here and there for yourselves, on a car that you use probably once a year, twice a year. I shall go through it all with you. Now I'm just going to specify the names so you can all get a glance and understanding of what's what. So this is the Kingbolen, all of these are. This is the K10, that's the K7, that's the S800 there, and that's the Ediag. That one, obviously, you use your phone and you download an app, which I will go through at a later point. The rest is just an OBD cable you plug into the vehicle, I guess. And that one there is the launch, which is VAG special. I have got other videos on it which you can have a look at, but I'm going to do a little review in that sense, and we'll go through it together. Any questions, by all means, pop it down in the link below, obviously, or in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. All brand new, all packaged, except for obviously that one I have already done a review on, the K7. There's a lot of reviews. I've done a lot of coding and programming with it, so you can look at the other videos and see what it's like. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'll start with this one. And rip it open and we'll see what the box contains. And remember, guys, this is not how you will receive them. They are well packaged. How shall I say, I can't find, well, the packaging is quite secure and tough, so you don't have to worry about it. There is no damages on any of the packages, which is good news. As we've opened the first one, pop that there. It's a lovely casing, I have to say. I mean, that's the basic model of the Kingbolen. That was the other one for the K7. I really like these casing. Far better than the Autel and the other manufacturers. I have used Autel for years and years, as you can see the other videos. But you know what? There is a point where you just kind of get fed up of carrying this briefcase all around. It's heavy, does your back in. These are very nice. I know. And some of you will say, well, where are the other OBD cables? But to be fair, it's not necessary. The day and age we're in, you don't really need it. It's so nice and handy when you've got something like this. But yeah, let's move on. That's the K7, which is that one I'll go through later on. So here we are, unzipped it. So here is the module, and this is the OBD, which this is plugged into here, and that's plugged into the car. Okay, a little background, we'll talk a little bit of about this and what it can do. So it is the latest what Kingbolen has produced. Brilliant piece of kit, very handy, as we can see. It is capable of covering more than 120 vehicles. There are many different vehicles. I'm sure it's the same as them. It'll cover as many, whatever they can cover, I'm sure this can cover as well. The other things I want you to understand as well and know, yes, it's I think the price, if I'm not mistaken, on Amazon is around about 140, 160, 70, around that figure, maybe less, depends on the offers they have on, really. The thing that I'm quite amazed about is, yes, you're paying 140 and they're like a few quids more, but you know what, even if I had a garage and you thought, right, I don't want to spend a lot, this will do more or less similar to what these do. Yes, you are restricted in some ways, but they can do, for example, oil reset, DPF reset, according to the manufacturer, key matching, but I've not done it. But these are the things, some of the things that has been specified, like ABS bleeding as well. There are many other features. Another feature which amazes me most is the fact that, now I'm going to compare this to another manufacturer like Autel. The Autel, for something like this, and if you were to do like hidden features, like let's say deleting or removing the warning of a seat belt warning, or I don't know, these sort of things, they are known as hidden features. These features usually come in the Autel when you pay like around about £1,000. But what amazes me most is that this is only 140 quid-ish, and you're getting all that for a tenth. It's a lot less than what you need to pay, which is brilliant in that sense. There is a lot more bits and bobs you can do with it. There is no questions, which I will at a later stage go through them all, and just show you step by step. I will find a vehicle certainly and just show you from the point get-go the minute you plug in what is obviously it's auto VIN, so it automatically finds it, picks up the VIN chassis, reads all the codes. You can clear codes, you can even do live data, freeze and frame. I don't know if you guys are familiar with. There are various other component, like you could do component tests, onboard monitor, which is same as the live data really, and vehicle info. It comes quite well packaged in that sense. There's a lot of things, a lot of features in there, what you can do and what you can't. Like I said earlier, obviously the oil light reset, brake pads, steering angle sensor calibration, injector coding, which you don't get with the normal hotels, and you pay 500-600 quid for the most basic hotel and you still can't code it in. And you've got this at 140 quid and you can. So remember that, guys. Tire pressure monitor reset, you can do that. ABS bleeding. What else can it the other thing that I realised was, which was a very common issue in them cars, BMW especially, Merc as well, is the window and sunroof. When there was a dead battery, used to hit the window, should we say the driver's window, you'd push it all the way down where it clicks twice, if that makes sense, and you'd expect it to automatically run all the way down. However, it doesn't, especially in the BM world and the Merc. It'll just go a bit at a time until you kind of put your hand onto it fully, and then it'll fully go down. That's basically the calibration of the windows, and it's common. It happens when there's a dead battery, or you jump it and you lose this memory, and you can do that. You can calibrate the windows with this and the sunroof, which you got to remember. You don't get that with most machines. Transmission learning, like gearbox, you can do. It will vary vehicle for vehicle. Battery test, again, it will tell you what the voltage and whatnot is. We've said DPF, which is if you're dealing with diesel, it's a good piece of kit to have. And EGR as well, reset and relearn that as well. So it does have all that, which in the pack here, it should kind of briefly tell you what it can and what it can't do. It's all in here as well, but I'm not someone who reads much in that sense. I just get cracking, and but yeah. And there's the image I've uploaded there. That's how you kind of do the whole process of registering, logging in, and basically how you pair it up to the vehicle. What's brilliant is you get a year free update, which you can't go wrong. So like I said, guys, it's a brilliant piece of kit. I highly recommend, whether you are fully into the game and you've been in the game for years, it's a handy little thing. Or the other, this is quite good for the people that like buy and sell vehicles as well. When they go and check a vehicle out, instead of carrying one of these massive briefcases or something quite big, this would be quite handy, to be fair. You don't have to mess around. You just plug it in. You can even put this in your pocket. It's really small. It's not even big at all. You got to remember, it's not the size of a phone. Probably smaller than an iPhone in that sense. So it's quite nice to carry around, and it's not heavy, very lightweighted. So yeah, I mean, once we pair it up, we'll see all this anyway at some point. But that's this one, okay? And I will be moving on to this one next, and we shall do the comparison of them both, all of them. I'll do the comparison at last minute. What's the difference between that one and that one and that one, so you can all get a quite glimpse of what's right. Here we are. This is the S800, again Kingbolen, and here it is, packaged well. Again, no issues. This one, obviously, I can't see no packaging like they do. That'll be a difference between this one and that one. So ripping it open here, it's this sort of cabling we need. It would be nice, yes, I know most people say I can't be arsed with the fiddle of having to carry this, plug this in. It'd be nice with the Bluetooth OBD, which I will go through, and that will be one of the difference again between this one and the K7. You'll see in a minute. That's the charger to charge the diagnostic hook. This is what you would plug into the vehicle, the OBD, and this is the other end that goes into this here. Let's see if it does have any power. we're doing first page. Obviously we will have to register it. Let me go through these steps actually, and then once done I shall, let me see, requires Wi-Fi. I'm not gonna do much with it. It will be, I'll go through it another stage actually, where I'll show you the steps of what it can and what it can't do, and we'll do another video when it's connected to a vehicle. But what's lovely about this as well is the fact that if we look at it here, it's got a bit of chunk that sticks out on either side, so it's quite handy for, like, it's nice to hold in that sense. And the buttons, I mean, it was touchscreen. Do you know what? I didn't even think about that much, but it is touchscreen as well as, and they are quite solid and rigid. That'll be to go back, and that'll be to okay. Yeah, so it's lovely in that sense. Now the thing what I wanted to kind of go through as well is this is also capable of what that can do. There is no questions. It is fast and nippy for its process, I have to say. So yeah, this is like we said, the EGR, the windows, the gearbox, suspension, DPF, bleeding brakes, oil reset, and airbags. It does all the functions that will have done as well. It's a great piece of kit. That's all it comes with. I doubt there is anything underneath. Nope, there we are. But it's a lovely box to have and to keep. That's the manual, which we will keep that in there, and these as well. We will go through the difference in a second. I'll be comparing them all for you, so you can see all. This is now the K7. Okay, I have done many videos on this so far, and I genuinely cannot fault it. I really cannot fault it. You will see with the videos that I have done, you will see the capability it actually has. I am truly amazed with what it can do, and there is no question. So in that box, the reason I opened it is so you can see what's inside. This is what comes. I've already opened it in the past. In here should be the manual as shown before. The K7, I'll turn it on so you can all see anyway. It's so nice to hold. It's grippy, very smooth in that sense, and I have not come across it yet. I've used it for quite a good week or two now, shall I say, and I haven't come across it where it crashes, where it's freezing, nothing like that. If it'll be good, do you know what? I haven't really had that situation with the other diagnostic, like the Autel or the Launch, but you've got to understand, the older these machines get, you will have trouble. But in this case, it's smooth and it runs very nice. This is the sort of home screen we have. These are the options. Update, there you are. It tells you what needs updating. This is all being registered, by the way. It's all ready to go. Start all. Need to be connected to the internet, which I am not, but I will do at another stage. It is a lovely piece of kit. You've got a camera at the back, okay, whereas that one didn't. The camera is quite useful, especially when it comes to coding in injectors, or if there is a QR code, this will be very beneficial. Kind of helps you go that extra step. And here's the Bluetooth OBD, which, like we said, this one has, the K7, and the S800 doesn't. It's very simple and basic. I like the texture and everything in there. Actually, this is the charger. I've never really used this because I don't leave the country much, but there you are, European. And then you've got the normal plugs for the UK. So that's where we're at with this one. I'm just going to go through, like I said, what it feels like. And yes, there is a lot of capability. And as you can see, here is where you would charge it up or plug in the USB there. It's capable, capable of a lot of things. You guys will have seen the other videos. I can't fault it. I really can't. There is a size difference between this one and that one. there's no question, which I will go through it in a bit and tell you the difference. Like I said, it's around the 300 £400 mark. This one's around the 160 200-ish pound mark. Again, these are all on Amazon, and you just gotta keep checking. There will be offers, I'm sure there will be here and there, but that's the sort of rough figure. You're right. I will also put the links in for you so you can see and where where you can grab one. But yeah, this one is a brilliant piece of kit. I am not gonna fault it. I have used it a few times, actually multiple times. Sorry, I'm using one arm, that's why it's a bit of a tough situation. That's the OBD cable. One end goes into the car and the other end plugs in to the machine itself. It is a lovely piece of kit, and it is actually capable of a lot of things. I've shown you videos. Flag special, should we say, Audi CS Skoda VW. There's a few other models it will cover as well. It can do, so like I did compare this to my Hotel in previous videos. I'll be honest, what the Hotel could do, even though it stood me a good 2 to 3 grand, this could do. Obviously, it's only a VAG special rather than other vehicles or the manufacturers. But honestly, it's worth every penny. Again, you can pick this up on Amazon around the 100, 120, 150 pound mark. I will put the link in so you can see it. It's a lovely piece of kit, and if you were specialising in Audi CS Skoda VW, highly recommend this. There is no question. You can try the VCDS, but I'll be honest, this has everything that the VCDS will have, and it's not something you have to download on your laptop. It's really smooth, lovely, more or less a handful, should we say? So you can't go wrong. That's one, okay. This one, I'll go into detail. Well, I have already gone into detail, so you can by all means look at the videos and the previous videos and then see what it is and what it can and what it can't do. This is the K10. This is the top shelf stuff, should we say. This is the best one you can get in the market, or should we say on the planet at this current time. I don't think there is anything as good as this one. From what I've read, obviously I haven't used it, so I will use it at another point, at a later stage. But what I have read in comparing this to my Hotel, which I previously used, this one is unbeatable. Now, I will go through it, like I said, and make some videos for you guys so you can see what it is. But my Hotel stood, like I said, 2.5, 3 grand-ish. That's the sort of figure it was for that specific model that I had previously. And they did bring a new one out, Hotel, called it Ultralight S. Again, you're talking 3 grand for that piece of kit. But funnily, this one you can pick up on Amazon for around about 700-ish, 800-ish, depending on the offers they have on. And believe it or not, this will do more than what the Hotel does, and it's unbeatable. I don't think you can compare another diagnostic machine to it. I've always said in the diagnostic world, I'd eliminate Snap-on. It's overpriced, probably not the best in that sense. Not a smooth it's not user friendly. Now the main thing about these diagnostic machines are they have to be user friendly. If they're not, honestly, they're no good. And these are. It's pretty straightforward. You can already see from the image. So let's pop it out. Pop that there. Now this casing is probably a fraction or half size of the other machine that I had, like the Hotel. The Hotel was quite big, double the size of this. Heavy piece of thing that I used to carry around. I had no option. If you didn't carry it around, you will damage the diagnostic machine itself. But here we are. It's a lovely size. Like, let's have a look. So that's these. I'll go through them. So this is for registration, which I'll go through. These are the cables and whatnot, what it comes with. Okay, spot on. And these are the other types. These are for like BMs and Megs, old school. I'll be honest, I've been in the game for years, for a good 10 years now. Maybe less, maybe more. But I have only used these probably once. I don't really use them unless you're doing classical cars, and if you are, then guess what? Happy days, you have it all there. Can't go wrong. The manual, as said, they don't exist in my world, but there it is, if you want to use it. So that's that there. This, again, Bluetooth, very similar to the other one that I had in there, K7. So we'll leave that there for a minute or two. These are all the other OBDs that we saw, like for the BMs and Mercs. I'm not going to rip them open, I'll be honest. I'm not overly fussed about this, but it's there if you want to use it. And let's strap it up. The main important thing is this little beast here. So let's rip it open and let's move on. So I have to say it's not lightweight. It's very not heavy, but you know you have something quality, if that makes sense. It's not lightweight. It's not cheap in that sense. It's very tough. Looking around the back, you have the camera. And this, I have to say, this is worth it. I love this. Now, a lot of you think, well, why do you like it? It's because when you are doing a long programming or coding, or when you are looking at a code and you're trying to get to the bottom of it, or live data, this is amazing because you just pop that on the steering wheel and it'll hold itself. Now, that's if it does. I'm sure it will do because it's quite solid. The other thing you can do is do that. And it stands, especially on a car seat or on a dashboard or whatever. I like it. I really do like this function. There is no question. I'll turn it on anyway for all you to see. I like these edges. The reason is I have dropped things in the past and these do cover it. One thing I like the most, I don't care if I have a phone or diagnostic machine. I don't care what I have. The first thing I look at before I rip them open, obviously this is just to show you guys, I like to buy a casing for it. So I am going to look online to see if there is a casing that will cover all this. Now I already know, I'm sure there will be, because this is a similar size to the previous model that I had. And I'm going to look again to see if they do sell it, which I'm sure they will do. I think I'll look online to see if there is any original or genuine. If there isn't, then the other alternative would be makeup handbag. Believe it or not, is what we would buy it, put it in, and it zips up. Obviously, you don't want to zip it up because you'll overheat. But there's the bad boy, as we can all see. You've got all these other OBDs, them there. This for the battery, and you got a charger in there, and you also have these. I'll have to go through them one by one. Well, what I like about that actually is the fact that you can put it in with Bluetooth or like that. So I wonder, I'll have to go through it at another stage. But let's have a look underneath. Nothing. No. We'll figure all that out at another point. Now, what I'm going to do is go through all of them now for you and do the comparison. So what the difference would be between each one. So here we are, guys. This is the lineup. This is the setup of what you can have and working the way up. Obviously, that'll be your cheapest in there and all the way to the most dearest. These are Kingbolen. That's launch. That's fact special, like we said. And the rest will do multiple cars, should we say. I am going to go through, like I said, the difference between that one and that one and that one. So I'll start with the K7 and S800. So that is basically that one. Okay, that's the K7 right there. And that's the S800. So the K7 works with the wireless OBD, as you saw, it's the Bluetooth. The S800 still works, but obviously with a cable, as you saw earlier. The K7 can do a full diagnostic scan, whereas the S800 does not, which I will go through at a later point. You know, when we do the full scan, you'll understand what I mean. K7 comes with the FCA Auto Auth login entrance The S800 does not. K7 has ECU coding on VW. As far as I remember, BMW, Skoda, Kia, and bidirectional control test as well, capability. The S800 will not be able to do that, actually. It's not got that sort of process to do it. K7 is capable of doing 31 resets and comes with their various special functions, like, you know, relearn under diagnosis, such as like you know, your crankshaft relay, stop and start reset, airbag reset. The S800 will also do some bits, but it's only capable of doing 15 different resets and not 31. So that'll be the difference between that one and that one, okay? What else have we got? So you've got quite a good list. So the K7 can work with add-ons like printer, tire pressure monitor sensor. The S800 will not. That'll be the difference in that sense. K7 has a better hardware than the S800 has, and I'll go through it so you can see what I mean. So that'll have a better software than that one. Typical. What do you expect? So screen size, the K7 has a 7-inch with a 1280 by 720 display resolution. The S800 will have a 5-inch with a 480 by 854 display resolution. So the quality on that one is different to that one. Obviously I've not used it to fully tell, so I can't really lie, but that's what manufacturers do say. The battery is day and night different between the both. So if you're really in a workshop and you know, you don't want to be keep charging up, highly recommend that one. But if you're doing, you know, a car once a week or whatnot, then go with that one. But this will depend on what you want to do, and this is for you guys to decide. The battery on the K7, which is this one, like we said, is 6000 mAh. The battery on the S800 is 1500 mAh. Memory on the K7 is 2 GB plus the 32. The S800 is 2 GB plus the 16. Processor, so it's very important. So the processor is basically the speed and whatnot. This is what I was talking about earlier. The K7 has a 4-core 1.8 GHz CPU processor. The S800 has a 4-core and 1.3 GHz CPU processor, okay? And then the operating system, I mean, they're both Android. So that works on the Android 10, okay, the K7. The S800 works on the Android 6. Tablet size, I will upload them so you guys can see as well. I'll put a link to it as well, so you can go onto the Amazon and see the thingy, the details for yourselves as well. The K7 and S800 both have a year warranty, okay? They both come with a year warranty, which is brilliant in that sense, so you've nothing to worry about. So if you want to use it every day, by all means go. You've got a year warranty, so you can't go wrong. Now, moving on. So we have the K10 and the K7. This is what I've been using for quite a few weeks now. I truly do enjoy it. There is no question. I really like it. The size, everything. I'll be going through the difference between this bad boy and this one here. Like I said, I've not used it, but at later videos I will certainly go through it and tell you. So the display, the screen size here we're talking. So the K10 here has a 10-inch, and this one, like we said, has a 7-inch. That one's a 1280 by 720, the K7. This one, the K10, is 1280 by 800. The battery capacity here, again, boom, there's a big difference. So the K7 over here has 6000 mAh, as we said. The K10 has a 12,600 mAh, which is nearly double, isn't it? So it's really worth every penny in this sense. Again, like I said, it depends if you guys, you know, if you're a garage, like, you got to understand, obviously, the more you pay, the better the things are. And it will depend on what you want to use it for and how many vehicles and what you want to get out of it. But storage, we'll move on to the storage as well. Storage memory is on the K7 is 3 gig plus the 32 we said. for the K10 is 4 gig plus the 64. So it moves up the ladder. CPU version, so on the K7, CPU version on this one is MT6761 4-core Cortex A53 at 1.8 GHz. And the K10 has an MT8766 Core 4 and it's a 2.0 GHz. So the K10 has a diagnostic extension cable, okay? Battery clip, cable and cigarette lighting cord and fuse in its package, as you saw earlier when we ripped it open, whereas that one didn't, if you remember. The K7 didn't have any of them accessories in reality. So we're going to move on to the difference in terms of like software between the K7 and the K10. So the main differences I want you to all understand here between this one and that one. The K10 has an intelligent diagnostics and remote diagnostics, whereas the K7 doesn't have that sort of, should we say, software or intelligence. So the next difference is between the two is the, I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but topology, I don't know, you guys can correct me if you like. But that's the map function, which if you guys have used, for instance, other diagnostic machines, such as Hotel, my previous Hotel had that. That's quite handy, very nice to use. It's very handy, I have to say. I will show you at another stage what it looks like, so you guys can get a good idea of what's what. Moving on, so the K10 has a free VGA guidance function for Volkswagen, for Audi, while the K7 does not really have that sort of function. So that'll be one of the difference. Again, the K10 has a 12-in-1 or 8-in-1 2 modes data like stream graph, while the K7 only has 4-in-1 data stream graph. So yeah, your K10 is always higher up in the game, and yeah, you pay more, but it's worth every penny. Reset functions. So this is what I was talking about, you know, like your crankshaft, relearn, EGR and whatnot. So the K7 has 31 functions, as we said before, whereas the K10 has 41 capabilities, so 41 resets. Again, you're paying more, but hey, you know, it's worth every penny in this sense. The car brands and coverage I'm going to go into in the language, obviously, so you know what's what in the sense. So the K7 covers about 100 plus cars, car brands, and supports roughly 17 plus languages, while the K10 over here, the big boss, covers 150 plus car brands and 32 different languages. I guess that nails it, doesn't it? Answers a lot of questions. And then the K10 supports like FD and DIOP vehicle protocols, while the K7 only supports, you know, it supports like CAN-FD protocols. Another lovely feature that the K10 has and the K7 didn't, as you saw in the box, it came with not only the OBD Bluetooth, but it came with the hard wiring where you plug into the top and onto the car, whereas that one only comes with the Bluetooth. So remember guys, look, our life is all trial and error. Does not matter what you pay, does not matter how much you splash out, what you use, how hard you use it and whatnot. Things will pack in. Now remember, if that OBD Bluetooth does pack in and you think, oh god, it's not working, I can't pair it up to a car because one of the pins have damaged on the OBD, then guess what? Believe you and me, if you're in a garage and it's your daily job, don't fool yourself. That's what you would get. If you are doing, you know, similar to a garage and let's say a garage, don't forget, will do at the minimum probably 3 or 4 vehicles a day, maybe more, maybe less, depends on how busy they are. And you know, you work that out through the week, it's going to work out a lot. If you're going to do 1 car a day, if not maybe 3 cars a week, that's your type there, you know. But if you, then again, it depends what functions you need. Remember 31 and, you know, 40, somebody did this one in terms of reset. So you just got to think, that's got a lot of backup in terms of, yes, the OBD Bluetooth damaged, fine, put it away, you get another hardwire, plug it in, all works. So you kind of constantly at work, unless, you know, you damage the whole tool itself there. But yeah, that's one thing that I liked. So yeah, you saw the Mercedes-Benz 38 pin, the 20 pin for the BM. It comes with for Nissans as well, 14 and 16 pins, and Fiat. It was in there as well as the Mitsubishi and the Hyundai. And there's, you saw all these other cablings in it anyway. Whereas the K7, like we said, only comes with the 16 pin interface. Now, one of the main important questions I know I'll be asked, and this is for you guys to know, the K10 supports 2-year free update. 2-year free update, okay? Which is after the 2 years, obviously, on this one. After the 2 years, the terminal upgrade cost will be $399 a year. So to upgrade, to have the latest software on there and where you can do coding and programming, it will cost you $399, which, believe you and me, that is nothing. Honestly, if you ask me, it's nothing, because you go and you get an hotel. Equivalent to that, an hotel is about $2.5–3 grand. Now go and update it. The update cost on an hotel is about $1,200–1,300, maybe more, maybe less, but that's the sort of figure. It's silly money. I'm sure the other diagnostic machines out there, for example, Launch and whatnot, will be equivalent to hotel because they've been out for years. But Kingbolen, I'm not gonna lie, they've done brilliant in this sense. So far, so good. I'm not gonna fault it. And the K7, obviously, like we said, so that's $399, 2-year free update. On the other hand, the beneficial side on this one will be the K7 supports 3-year free update. After the 3-year, it's roughly, well, not roughly, but it's $99 a year to upgrade. So you see the difference. But remember, you sometimes think, okay, I'll go cheap, I'll spend that little less, maybe it's okay, but don't forget, that is the daddy of them all, as you can see. I'm not here to tell you not to buy that one because it works out better, there's more function, or that one's cheaper because of that. No, really, that's the difference between them all. If you're a garage, don't think twice. If you want to come down furthermore, like I said, you're not using as many vehicles, but then again, it depends. I know people that really don't go through so many cars a week, but then again, they want to have all the functions just like me. I'm a geek and I like my stuff. When I say I'm a geek, I'm talking about, like, I like to have the best of every tool. So if you ask me, there's the one. And then, like we said, we come down the ladder. The Ediag Plus is a lovely piece of kit. There is no question. I've not used it. I will do, like I said, at another stage. I've used that one. I've done reviews for you guys. I've done reviews for you on this one as well, guys. But the rest I will do at another stage. But yeah, any questions, anything you have for me, guys, please ask me. I will try my best to get back to you all as soon as I can. You just have to understand that, honestly, on a daily basis, I get probably over 20–30 comments just on YouTube, irrelevant of the Facebook channel that I have. And on there, honestly, I get a good few, and I will try my best to keep up. You've got to understand, there's the life balance we have to all take. But any questions, put it in, and I will put the links to each one of these below in the description, so you can all see what's what. But yeah, that's the VAG special. This is near enough, most cars. But yeah, any questions, pop it down and I'll get back to you all.